The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
So technically speaking, 15 matches altogether. And dare I say, better than last year's by far.
Yeah, night one, honestly, I can't think of anything that I disliked.
To me, same with night two. But we'll get into that more.
Interesting. I was not expecting that.
Welcome to episode 270 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
This is the WrestleMania 39 review from Hollywood, California. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Last year, we were blown away by WrestleMania 38, being like weirdly as good as it was.
It was a lot of fucking fun.
For me, I was sitting there going, this year's got a lot of shit to live up to, big shoes to fill the whole nine. Yeah, let's get right into it. We're going to cover night one on the front half of this son of a bitch, and then we'll jump into night two on the back half. But, dude, if you're going to kick it off, since WrestleMania has gone to 2 nights a year now, I feel like this is probably the clearest winner for, like, best night one.
Yeah, and it's funny because while night two, it had some fucking incredible shit on it. But I'll say, it seems like ever since they started doing this, night one is usually the better half.
Yeah, because it feels like it's got to be the better half. It's the front end where it's like, oh shit. Like, to me, it's the selling point. Like, if you get people that don't have Peacock that are stupid enough to spend fucking double the money on 2 nights, fucking, it's like, okay, we paid the money and got this. Oh, night two's got to be even better.
Yeah, and especially because they are booking it the way that I would, where the main event, like the main card, is night two.
Yes. Although night one had some pretty fucking important matches on it.
Oh, yeah. That's not to take away anything. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Yeah. The first match is Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship. It's the weakest match on the card because I feel like John Cena phoned it in. There was no, like, pay-per-view big-time fight John Cena
Which
on
is
this.
so weird because this was like the passing of the torch. Like, you know what's weird? And this is going to be an uncomfortable topic, but hear me out on it. Match would have been better if it was Velveteen Dream. I see your face right now. Listen to me.
We don't talk about that fucking rapey piece of shit.
No, I understand, but I'm only bringing it up because did you see the look on John Cena's face when he was talking about, I've seen a lot of guys come and go. That guy's something special. He's the one. That's literally what he said. And so I feel as though he doesn't see Austin Theory as that.
I don't know, dude.
I feel like he would have put in more effort if it was somebody that he saw it in.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, you know they paid him good to be there, so he's just whatever. I agree with you. Like, if Cena would have put some effort in, like, it would have been better. And I'm eating my own words. Austin Theory's grown on me over the last year or so. Like, he's not terrible. I didn't like what they were doing with him.
And that's fair. I mean, they weren't doing him any favors.
But this is where he needs to be. He needs to be like in that fucking mid-card proving ground kind of area in his career. Because I see the look. I can see where they're like, okay, this guy's got like some kind of it factor, whatever that is. Give him 5 years.
Hopefully in those 5 years, he learns how to fucking talk.
That's his biggest weakness is he can't. But he wins with a fucking low blow and A-Town down.
You know what? That might be what it is. Cena might have looked at his inability to like one-up him in the promo, and it was just like,
nah, you ain't ready, kid.
Yeah. Come call me in a couple of years and I'll do this match again.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Right. Well, John Cena loses, which, fuck it. I mean, that's the right call at this point.
Yeah.
11 minutes and 20 seconds. And then we move over to the men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. It's the Street Profits versus Strowman and Ricochet, the Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders, which I'm not going to lie. I forgot the Viking Raiders were even signed to this fucking company.
Which is unfortunate because they're such nice guys. You can tell. You can look at them and be like, y'all are wholesome.
Yeah. I mean, this was a pretty fucking solid match. Normally I look at shit like this and I'm like, God, it's such a throwaway, get everybody on the card kind of match, but it was not terrible. It was pretty fucking entertaining. Strowman and Ricochet, for me, continued to kind of impress. They're like an odd couple tag team that it fucking works weirdly.
Is it me or is Strowman like trimming down and Ricochet is bulking up a little?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exactly what's happening.
Which, good for both of them.
Yeah. So there's really not much to talk about here except like there was a shitload of spots that happened in this match that got everybody some shine. Street Profits won. I really, really feel like this is like eventually going to lead to the split of them, like, because I was really expecting Montez Ford to have won the U.S. title at the Elimination Chamber. I was really kind of going for that, but you know that's coming. Montez is the star of that team. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
that dude has got it all over him.
And his partner, I know it eats him alive, you know, but
he's the Jannetty of the tag team. Let's be honest.
He hates that shit so much.
Yeah. It'll be all right.
He'll live. Builds character.
It will. But yeah, the Street Profits won in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And then we move on to one of my matches of the night.
Okay.
Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul in just a singles encounter. And holy shit, dude. This one, look, Logan Paul has had 5 matches. This is his 5th match. Logan Paul has absolutely 100% learned the art of selling.
Yeah.
This dude made me believe that when Seth stomped his fucking hand on the stairs that he broke his goddamn fingers for real or something. Like, and that's me putting him over in a big way because not only has he done that really well, he's done well in the ring. And it's fucking impressive. It's kind of scary.
It's scary because I'm like, were you training for a long time underneath? Like,
he's been putting the fucking work in, dude, and it shows.
Can tell.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying is like, even before WWE, like, my guy, have you been doing this for fucking years and you just didn't mention it?
Right. Like, you can tell he's been a fan. You can tell he watches the product and you can tell that he has a passion for it and it's natural.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing him to this person in the exact same way. I'm talking about just the way that he has been introduced and the way he's like picking it up. Dude, he's picking this up like Kurt Angle did.
I knew you were about to say it.
He is though, dude. Like,
he is
fucking freaky. The dude's naturally athletic. He's athletic how Brock Lesnar is naturally athletic.
Yeah.
And he takes to this sport like a fish to water, exactly like fucking Kurt Angle did. Let's not discount the fact that like he had a great dance partner with Seth Rollins though, because like, for the things that Logan is still trying to develop and learn, Seth was able to like, you know, help him get carried through the match. And then the dynamic worked between them. And the spot, look, let's talk about the fucking spot that just was making the rounds on the internet because it was fucking great. When the goddamn sports drink bottle.
Bro, first of all, Prime Drink is delicious. Please sponsor us.
Oh, God damn it, yes.
Second of all, I can't be the only one that saw R-Truth.
It was KSI.
No, but whenever
it should have been R-Truth.
No, when I first saw him, I was like, "Oh, R-Truth is here."
Oh no!
Like I wasn't even trying to be a dick about it. Like I genuinely thought that was him.
It's so funny though, but like KSI, like as soon as they said that's KSI, I was like, "Oh my fucking God!" In the selfie spot where he's got Seth ready to get splashed to the announce table, and then Seth like comes to and pulls him on the table in the Prime bottle, and Logan's mid-flight just smash it. And dude, he pancaked the bottle. Like the suit just flattened.
That shit was fucking great.
Stupid. It was so great. I loved it.
Shit like that is why we watch this. Let's be real.
Yeah, dude. It's like I know we kind of like shit on modern WWE because of like the dumb things that have been happening and like just, which we'll get into in a minute. But goddamn, this was funny as hell. And it was a 16-minute and 15-second match, and Seth wins, obviously, but holy shit, dude, Logan Paul looked so fucking strong in defeat. Yeah. Moving on to Trish, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. 14-minute, 40-second match, and I'm not gonna lie, like they did their best, but it was clunky in some spots. But I mean, that's to be expected. But it was entertaining as fuck. I really feel like Damage Control should have won this one, honestly, though.
Yeah, I ask this for a lot of wrestling decisions, but I have to ask it whenever I see it. What does the legend involved in this gain from this victory?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that they probably were thinking was they have the championships. We can't let the tag team champions lose. If one of the legends took a pinfall to put the other team over, it wouldn't have fucking killed Becky's momentum.
Exactly.
You'd have had a part-timer getting the younger talent put over. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of this was like send the fans home happy with like some of the decisions, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like Damage Control has just been shat on for their entire run.
Yeah. I don't know.
And Bailey recently fucking giving her like fuck you to the company on Twitter was kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Spoiler alert, we won't like derail too hard, but Mustachio Gomez Adams McMahon fucking ran Raw after WrestleMania and shit the bed completely.
I'd read a report though earlier today saying that plan with Brock was like
that's not even what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm just talking about him coming back in general. Like fuck him. Fuck him so hard for that. Like he pulled Bailey off the show, and I don't blame her for being like, dude, fuck this, I'm out. But I feel terrible for the most. It's not even just Bailey. I feel bad for Dakota and Io. Yeah. Really bad because they're fucking so super talented, man. But
it's a shame.
Yeah, it really is. Moving along to Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio in a singles match. Sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch, where we had the fucking the sleep paralysis demon cereal chip guys walking around like the little fucking barricade like on the digital screen. I was like, what the fuck?
I fucking love Dominic.
Yeah, I do too, man. Like, it's funny to me because a year ago I was just like, man, fuck this kid. And now I'm like, oh man, give me more of him being this punk ass belligerent shit fuck. You know what I mean?
He's fucking just like, God, what's a good word for him? I don't know, but you just want to fight him. I fucking love this shit.
He's a brat. He's a fucking degenerate brat.
I fucking love it. Like, first of all, when he came out of that fucking cop car, which in its own is both badass and hilarious because he's so like, dude, you got arrested and you were let go probably like 4 hours later. And he's like, I did hard time in prison. Bro,
fucking bandana and everything.
Dude, I fucking love it.
My man's went from like Peach Fuzz Dominic to I'm Conan too.
Dude, I fucking love it.
Same.
Secondly, he comes out looking like a fucking, I don't even know, like a steampunk Mad Max fucking Rey Mysterio. And I just looked at him and I was like, bruh, that boy looked just like his daddy.
It reminded me of the purple bodysuit that Ray wore at Halloween Havoc in WCW.
I caught that, yeah.
So,
but for real, he looks just like his fucking dad.
How'd you like Ray's entrance with like the flash?
Oh, dude, I loved
color
it.
Scheme and like,
I loved it,
bro. He's got was it gin and juice? I think it was gin and juice by Snoop Dogg. Then he had the fucking Latino heat, and then he had his own. That motherfucker got 3 entrances.
Dude, it was fucking sick.
Right.
The match was so much fun. Loved it. The only thing, and you don't hear me say this often. In fact, like I would say like 9 out of 10 times I don't say this, but I'd have had Ray lost. Like, I'd have had him eat the pin.
It was his Hall of Fame week, dude.
I understand, and that's why it's not a hill to die on. I'm never going to actually complain about Rey Mysterio winning. Like, fun fact for you, Rey Mysterio was my first ever wrestling figure. Like, he's got a special place in my heart. But I'd have had Dom win, but in a really, like, sleazy scumbag way.
I don't know, dude. I feel like there was so much going on that they had to do it this way, but I feel like they're going to, like, give him future wins on this one.
I hope so. possibly in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, a part of me also feels like Dominic was like, I can't fucking beat you at Mania. Like, this is your Hall of Fame week. I feel like Dom legit has that kind of respect for his dad. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Because this is what I would have done, okay? I would have had him win, and then afterwards, think about it. It's WrestleMania. He takes the mask off.
Ooh, but I would feel like Ray would have to retire at that point, dude. Like I know we've already seen him with the mask, but Ray has been running around for the last 22 years like we haven't seen him.
I know, but just hear me out. You're not hearing it. The full pitch. He takes the mask off, and he starts to wear it as a fucking trophy of victory after beating his father at WrestleMania in front of God and everyone.
I could see that. And it would be a total shit. Like, that would have gotten Dominic over so much more as a heel.
Nuclear heat, dude.
Right.
Like that. And, dude, what we got was a lot of fun. I'm not going to complain about that shit. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I had in mind.
Right. 14 minutes, 55 seconds. Rey Mysterio picks up the win. And we move on to one of my other matches of the night. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was a 23-minute and 35-second match. It was the second longest match of the night, only by like 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn, dude. First of all, Rhea Ripley finally getting her moment and winning this championship at WrestleMania like a couple years later after the fact, where like we thought she was gonna win against Charlotte with the NXT title and all this other stuff. But holy shit, dude. Let's talk about the fact that Rhea Ripley has grown exponentially as a talent over the last few years and is just on top of her fucking game right now and is super over even in her role in the Judgment Day, which has done wonders for her career.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I fucking hate Charlotte Flair, it was aight.
My man's just, it fucking causes you physical ailment to
fucking can't stand that bitch. God damn it. I can't stand Charlotte Flair, dude. Jesus Christ.
It just hurts you so much to be nice to her.
And you know what's fucked up? She's probably actually like the nicest fucking person ever. Yeah. I'm shitting on her character, dude. Like, I just fucking can't stand
because, like,
this.
you can't even say, well, yep, that's just Rick's daughter. Rick ain't got shit to do with this company anymore.
I don't know. He was at the Hall of Fame induction drunk off his ass inducting Muda.
I mean, yeah, but
he was there for the free booze, let's be honest.
Yeah, like, I don't think he actually has any play in anything.
Yeah, but it was a great fucking match. It was very, like, I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like, oh, God. Like, it was like the first couple minutes. I was like, please. Like, the crowd was dead.
Mm. Like,
legit. The crowd was just fucking dead. And then they got into it. I was like, okay, they're coming alive. Like, fuck yes, they need this because this was almost the fucking main event.
Well, you also have to keep in mind, too, like, first match, John Cena.
Right.
Second match was Trish and Lita. Or was it?
Oh, you talking about the very second match?
No.
Like,
I lie.
big match?
I lie. Yeah, but
the second match was that big old tag match or whatever.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be filler anyway.
It was just stacked. All this shit has just been stacked.
Exactly. So it's like, somebody's got to get tired at some point.
Yeah, we had a little piss break match after this one, but yeah, like Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair did such a phenomenal job. I really enjoyed her having to go use the riptide from the second turnbuckle. I love that, like, they hit their finishers. That was the big kick out. It's like, oh my God. Like, I know that has been done to death in a lot of matches, but for this one, it felt like bigger.
Yeah.
Because the women don't really get to do that greatly to this extent, in my opinion. Like, they get great time, but like the fact that these women got a 23-minute fucking like segment for their match, chef's kiss. Ripley looks so badass. I mean, Charlotte loses nothing getting defeated.
No. I mean, she's been at this for how long now?
A long fucking time. Rhea gets her moment, and even though she's a heel, like, the fans were just eating this up. I was eating this up. I know you were.
Oh, yeah.
I love me some fucking mommy mania. Holy fuck. God, I would like, dude, Rhea Ripley could fucking step on my throat. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Brother in Christ.
She could. She really fucking could. just fucking step on me.
Jesus.
Jesus ain't got nothing to do with it. This is Good Friday, but he ain't got shit to do with it.
Oh, fuck.
Moving on to, oh yeah, The Miz is the host of WrestleMania. Did you know that?
At this point, I did.
Yeah, exactly. So they were like, well, it's going to just be lame with The Miz. We have to put Snoop Dogg in there as a heater. So he's just there. And they're just having this random moment in the ring, and all of a sudden Pat McAfee comes out, and then there's just suddenly a match where Pat McAfee is in a bro tank top and some black sweatpants or some shit, and he beats The Miz, and Miz is fucking half taken off suit. Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand the point.
Yeah, he beats him in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Woohoo!
You probably could have just dedicated that time to somebody else. Like I know, like I said, night one was almost perfect, but like, I'll be honest with you, I forgot that even existed.
This shouldn't count. This really shouldn't count, dude.
I totally forgot that it happened.
Oh, night two had its own fuck up. So we'll get to that later in the next half. But let's move on to the main event of night one. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship in a 24-minute and 15-second match full of emotion, full of everything. If you are a wrestling fan, if you are a diehard wrestling fan, if you are a casual wrestling fan, you have more than likely known about the Bloodline storyline that has been taking place over the last few years, especially the last year with Sami Zayn's involvement and with the whole storyline from the Royal Rumble leading into this. I'm going to tell you right now, we talk about long-term booking, brother. If you go back how Kevin and Sami have had their on and off relationship in wrestling for the last, 20 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? It's even longer term storytelling, especially with those two. And the way it came together for them to be a tag team again was super fucking emotional when it happened. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm turning into that. It's still real to me. Damn it, guy. Because that was fucking cool to see. All four of these guys are really good with their faces. They're really good with like acting and emoting and everything in between. The fact that the Usos come out first, I was like, oh yeah, they are losing. Those bitches came out first. I was like, y'all fuckers are losing.
Dude. Great fucking match.
I gotta tell you, dude, this was, Dave Meltzer gave this one a 5-star.
He doesn't do it often for WWE.
No, he does not. And there were 2 5-star matches on, one on each night.
Was night 2 the main event?
No, I'll tell you when we get to it. Yeah, I'll tell you when we get to it. But this was
the finish sucked, but
this was the 5-star match of the night from him.
Okay.
And oh god,
Holy
it was great. There was a lot of high impact, a lot of drama. There was a lot of points where I was like, oh, they're gonna lose. Like Sami and Kevin. There was a couple points where I was like, oh, they're really gonna fuck these guys, and they didn't. The last bit of it when Sami kicked out of the one and done. That's how I knew, because they booked that finish so strong. They booked that finish like the Dudleys booked the 3D. I mean, fuck, it is the 3D, really. But yeah, they booked it like that. And he kicked out. I was like, oh, that's it. I was like, they're not letting him kick out of that for nothing. Dude, when he hit his finishers, when he hit the haluva kicks in the corner or whatever, I was like, okay, there's the one. You better do it again. And then he did it 3 times. Like, okay, they're winning. And even though I knew it was happening, as soon as the three count happened and Sammy's music hit, which I love his entrance theme, by the way. It's so feel good. It's really so ska driven. It's so him. I fucking like legitimately shed some fucking tears. I was so excited that how this story closed, and like just the writing, the booking, the everything.
The facials, dude. Like you said, like,
Kevin Owens sitting against the rope, just kind of putting his hands over his mouth, like in shocked disbelief that they actually fucking did it. And
well, not even just that, but Sammy's like just the pain that he had to do this. Like, God, I'm getting chills right now, man.
It was so good. This is one of the greatest storylines in the modern era and probably the past 10, 15 years. It's one of the best fucking wrestling storylines. And its ending was capped off by a hell of a fucking match. Usos had a fucking hell of a run with these belts, dude. And like, they grew on me over the years too, because I fucking hated the Usos at first when they were first attacked. I was like, man, this is going to suck. And then they got better. And
when they first got awarded the titles, I was pissed because you got to remember when it started, old boy had just got caught drunk driving again.
Yup.
And you reward them with the tag team titles, and they just never lost it. And now it's like everybody forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Almost a half-hour match, dude.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And a hell of a closer for night one, and what a hell of a fucking night one in general. So we're going to take a break real fast, and we're going to come back and talk about night two in its entirety. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Super Media Bros on the OddPods Media Network. Manscaped is here with the deal that you can't pass over this Easter season. They've got the tools to give you the beautifully decorated eggs of your dreams. Just because it's Easter, it doesn't mean that it's okay to hide those bad boys behind all the tall grass. So make sure that your downstairs lawn is mowed. Get yourself feeling as sweet as candy by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER. Gentlemen, it's time to put all your eggs into the perfect basket with the Performance Package 4.0. Inside of this ball care bunny basket, you're going to find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all of your goodies. You should know by now that the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is an elite electric trimmer. It's got the proprietary advanced skin-safe technology designed to trim hair on loose skin. The Lawnmower 4.0 is also waterproof, and it's equipped with an LED light so that you can keep your eyes on your eggs even in the dark. And guess what? The Easter Bunny dropped off an extra special gift with the Performance Package by adding the upgraded Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer. This trimmer helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate spots in your nose and ear holes. This package also comes with the Crop Preserver ball deodorant and the Crop Reviver ball toner. Yeah, you heard that right. This is ball deodorant, and it's going to change your life. April means Easter, but it's also Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. So Manscaped partners with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men ages 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of their We Save Balls initiative. So what are you guys waiting for? Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER. Again, that is 20% off with free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. Make like a bunny and hop into the best deal of the year with Manscaped.
Hey, this is Russ.
This is Kyle.
This is Michelle.
From the Infectious Groove Podcast. Join us every Monday for the most fun you can have with a music podcast. The Infectious Groove Podcast uses a positive and fun approach as we take time every week to share our jammy jams, then dig into a thought-provoking topic discussing all decades and genres of music. You can find the Infectious Groove Podcast on all major podcast platforms, or you can head to infectiousgroovepodcast.com to find us there and subscribe. We might have a controversial opinion here or there, but we always have fun with it.
Oh, I'm sure I'll say something dumb.
Subscribe to the Infectious Groove Podcast, part of the OddPods Media Network.
And we're back, and it's time to get into night two of WrestleMania with some big meaty men slapping meat. God damn it.
Dude, the triple threat. We're starting it off with that.
That's not even the first match on the card.
But that's the one I want to talk about.
We'll get to it.
That's got to be the 5-star match.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos in a 5-minute whatever.
It was fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was fine for what it is. Doesn't make sense in the long run, but okay.
You can tell when Brock actually sees something in somebody.
I'll tell you right now, it was nice to see him play the little guy in this match and get fucking slammed around and shit.
That's what I was getting at. He sells.
Dying laughing, though, when he was taking them big body slams. I was like, man, Brock hasn't had to fucking take a bump like that in 7 or 8 years.
I know. And then he shows up on fucking Monday. I was like, damn, okay.
Man, working overtime. But, I mean, there was really nothing to talk about. It was just some bunch of body slams and suplex cities and an F5 and a fucking 1-2-3. And Omos is outie like a motherfucker. And then let's get into the women's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way. It was Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya and Shotzi, and then Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
I'll let you run this one. I don't care.
Yeah, this one... There were a couple of injuries in this match that took place. Apparently, Ronda and Shayna won by submission, but were literally nowhere to be found the next night on Raw. Chelsea Green finally got to fucking get into a WrestleMania match, so good on her. Of every night, this was the weakest match. And this was the weakest match on this card. And that's fucking saying something because Shane McMahon is on this fucking card too.
Yeah.
Moving on to the 5-star match between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship, and I fucking knew they were going to keep the sumbitch on Gunther. There's no way they would have got rid of it.
I'll give you that one. You called it. I was shocked.
My man's is too hot with this belt right now. This man's is putting on too many great matches, and he's getting a lot of good shit out of people. There's no way they're taking this belt off him anytime soon.
Well, what I thought they were going to do is take it off of him, give it to Sheamus.
Then swap it the next night, maybe?
No, I thought they were going to give it to Sheamus via pinfall on Drew. And
that way they would basically be like, well, he never got pinned for it, and that whole kind of storyline. Yeah,
and
I'll give you that. That's where they should have gone if they did it that way.
And Gunther would, from there, would go on to win King of the Ring.
Dude, I would love to see him win King of the Ring anyway.
And then from that, I would have him be okay, this is how I would have done it. Now, obviously, other matches made this completely impossible, but I would have given the strap to Cody, okay, as the heavyweight champion. Then on the other side, have Gunther win King of the Ring after he lost the Intercontinental Championship. Then he goes on to win the Royal Rumble. Cody and Gunther, WrestleMania.
Typically, King of the Ring gets a push anyway, though. That's the thing.
Or even not at WrestleMania. Even give it to Gunther at Royal Rumble after he won King of the Ring. Kind of make it like the beginning chapter was last year at Royal Rumble.
Right.
So, which, I mean, I'm not going to gripe about Gunther winning. I mean, goddamn.
That was such a great match, dude.
It was absolutely wonderful.
These dudes beat the piss out of each other, and I mean it. Like, if you go back and watch this match, look at their chests from all the chopping and shit. And you know they were loving that shit. Because, like, if you look at the three of these guys against literally anybody else in that locker room, it's very known that Sheamus works a little stiff in the ring, and it's very well known that Gunther, like, lays his shit in when it's time to. Drew, I think, kind of does a little bit of both, where he's like, okay, if I'm in the ring with somebody that can take it, I'm gonna fuck them up, you know. Yeah. And this was WWE's like PG version of like we have to have like a pub brawl in the ring for a belt, and we have to let like the three most non-American brute motherfuckers just do it on fucking American soil in California. Just let them beat the shit out of each other and put it on tape.
Back when men were men. Like, that's how I look at them, dude.
This is like a classy Freddie Blassie match, dude, where he's just like pencil neck geeks, like beat the shit out of each other. That's a very old reference for you sons of bitches out there.
It's fucking great, though, man. They did a great job. I love this match.
This was probably my second favorite match of this card.
I'm curious now. Okay.
Next up is Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm torn on this one because I really thought Asuka should have won this one.
Yep.
But I see what they're doing with Bianca. Bianca is like the John Cena of the women's division, dude.
I get it, but it would be different if Asuka wasn't so hot and cold.
Yeah, I think part of the booking, if I'm being completely honest, I think part of the booking decision was... I don't know if you read about this. Do you know the little team of girls that like danced with her to the ring and all this other shit?
I mean, I saw it.
The little girl, like the lead little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was the contortionist from what Triple H was saying, but her mother fucking died that day.
Oh.
Yeah. And on the stage, like when Bianca like had leaned down to talk with her, like real briefly, like you saw her kind of like, she still went out there with like the rest of her friends on that team and fucking did that shit. And oof, that's really tough, dude. Like something like making like a memory like that on a really like the worst fucking day of your fucking life. Like it's like we really gonna let this kid's mom die and then like let Bianca fucking lose the championship? Like, no, they're not gonna do that. I really feel like they were just no, we gotta let her fucking win.
All right, I mean.
But then, you know, Asuka is like, fuck them kids. And then like, she's like, fuck them kids and just beat the shit out of Bianca. But why did they use her this way though? You know what I mean? Like I could see if like she was a total shitheel and they played it up like she was being such a shitheel to the very end, like she needed to lose or whatever. But Asuka is like, bro,
they don't know what to do with her.
They really don't. I'd like to see Asuka go back to fucking New Japan.
To be honest with you, I'd like to see her go over to X Hamster, but I mean,
you know she's done like
soft, softcore, but yeah. Best believe I'm well versed in the art.
Asuka is ready. God damn it, Bianca Belair wins in 16 minutes and 5 seconds. Great match though. Honestly.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the second time that the Miz gets kind of duped by Snoop. So Shane McMahon comes out for no fucking reason. Like I literally screamed at my television and I tweeted this at @SuperMediaBros_. What the fuck is Shane McMahon doing here? And I had to laugh my fucking ass off because this stupid bastard gets in the ring and he's like, you can tell that he wasn't supposed to talk on the mic, but he definitely grabbed the microphone and was like, oh, thanks for that reception, blah, 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 blah. Shane O'Mac's back, baby. And then Snoop Dogg's like, well, you guys are going to have a match. Cool. So Miz, and this should tell anybody out there how anything could go wrong at any moment with a lot of the shit that happens in the ring. Miz and Shane are doing a very basic, like, run-of-the-mill spot in the ring where it's leapfrog, duck down, jump over, leapfrog, rope, duck down, jump over. Shane McMahon does a goddamn leapfrog and tears his quad. Like, that's the greatest fucking tribute to your father imaginable.
And your brother-in-law.
Dude, none of those bitches have leg day. I swear to God, none of the bitches in the McMahon family do leg day except for Stephanie.
You beat me by half a second. I was going to say, all I need now is for Stephanie to tear her quad. And I will be so happy.
And Linda.
Yeah, dude, if Linda fucking does it, okay. If Stephanie does it, I'm going to be happy. If Linda does it, I'm proposing to somebody on the first date. I swear to fucking God.
But you know, Linda's so far removed that now it's Vince, Shane, Trips, and Stephanie. 4, quad, 4.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going?
Fuck Linda.
Dude, I swear to God, I died. And as soon as it happened, Russ from Infectious Groove, he's also on the OddPods Media Network with us. For anybody out there listening, go check those guys out. I fucking texted him. I was like, hey man, Shane definitely just fucking like blew his knee out or tore his quad or his knee or some shit. And I felt bad because like Russ was like, oh, it looked like a work, dude. And I was like, oh no, that's definitely not a work. I was like, I was like, if they had kept the camera on him and Miz would have started stomping him, like that would have been a fucking work. But as soon as they were just like, man, get it off of him. Like I could see somebody in the production truck just being like, oh, fucking God damn it, Shane, get the fucking camera off of him.
And then Snoop out there doing the people's elbow.
Bro, big props on him for saving that entire segment, dude.
Big props on the ref who said
all of them.
Yeah.
Because Miz yelled up to fucking Snoop to cover him for the fucking pinfall. Like all three of them just, but legit props because I know nobody told him to punch the Miz.
Yeah. Dude, he laid one of those in so stiff.
Miz is such a fucking sport, dude. Miz, like, I see, we shit on the Miz, like, just playfully, because I love the Miz. I really do.
Absolutely. Grew up on the guy. Love him.
He is absolutely a company guy through and through. This is proof why, like, they go to him with anything, and they're like, hey, can you make some chicken salad out of chicken shit? And he will do it, and he's good at it.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I thought the man deserved a longer run with the championship.
I do, yeah. It's really kind of sad, honestly.
It is. He's mega over in no matter what he does, and he's good on the mic, and he's good in the ring. He barely gets injured. He's had one major injury in the last 21 years.
This is the same guy that main evented WrestleMania against John Cena once, and people forget.
Yeah. This is the man that had a 5-star classic against Jerry Lawler in a tables, ladders, and chairs match at the TLC pay-per-view.
God, dude. God damn it.
They really fucked him over, but yeah, this was like a 2-minute and 20-second snooze fest for the most part. But yeah, Snoop Dogg defeats The Miz by pinfall with the worst people's elbow ever. My man's threw the sunglasses into the crowd, and you could look at his eyes, and you were just like, bro, you high as shit.
And that's why he's the GOAT.
I know.
He's just out here doing side quests.
That's it. Moving on to Edge versus Finn Balor in the Hell in a Cell match. The Devil versus the Demon. Cool entrances from both. It was really cool I loved seeing the Demon come out again. That brought me back to the fucking NXT days and just.
Also, it's a small thing, but I fucking love the color palette.
The purple weaved into the red and black.
Yeah.
And you know me, those are my 3 favorite fucking colors. So I was sitting there just like eating all of this shit up, dude.
And the thing is obscure reference for a lot of people, but in 2007 they had a Transformers video game on the Nintendo DS, and I played the fuck out of that. And on the Decepticon edition, I would always go for the helicopter that was in camouflage. I'd always make the camo to be red and purple. So seeing that, just a weird nostalgia, because it's like you don't see that combination very often.
I know, dude. It's just the whole fucking thing. And here's my only gripe about this match.
The victor? Because that's mine.
I mean, to me, that's a given. Like, Edge did not need this win. Let's just go ahead and put it there. Like, Edge wins this match, and he didn't fucking need it by any stretch of the imagination. It took me out when they had to stop the match to fucking, which I understand. Like, going back and seeing it happen, like the fact that he had to get staples right there. Okay, I get that, because at first I thought it was just a small whatever.
No, it was a deep gash.
Yeah, I saw that, like, after the fact. Like, Finn took a fucking ladder to the head, and it split his skull, like, wide open. And that man finished this match.
Yeah.
Why he didn't win? That's the thing.
Finn's another one where y'all heat him up just to cool him off, and I expected better of Triple H. I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, dude, my man's got fucked out of the Universal Championship literally the day after he won, and he's not recovered since.
Yeah. And you remember whenever he first came out, like, how, like, excited I was.
Yeah.
Like, when he first got signed, I was like, fucking God.
Right. And this was an otherwise good match. The physicality was there. The grit was there.
Yeah, the match was absolutely fine. Like, there no major qualms with it aside from the finish.
Where getting into the fucking main event,
which, again, no qualms except the finish, but
this was my match of the night. This was my first match of the night on this card.
Okay.
Solid second being Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew. I am pissed at the finish, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible with this. They had me.
Yeah.
Boy, they had me. And that's why I'm giving it match of the night. They fucking had all of us. I would have lost money. If I would have legitimately placed money on DraftKings on this fucker, dude, I would have been a broke, in debt motherfucker.
Same.
Roman, I should have fucking known. I feel like if his reign was already over 1,000 days, he would have lost. I really think they're trying to push him past Pedro Morales to get him into the top 5.
Yeah. And I get that. And also, like, I understand the idea of, like, having help and everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, how many clean victories did Ric Flair have?
I know, dude. I'm just so tired of that.
I am too, because here's the thing.
This was a fucking 35-minute match.
Right. And, like, I get it. Like, they had fucking, like, what was her name? Baby Doll and all that. Like, Flair had help all the time. I get it. But here's the thing that people don't understand is it's a different time. We expect something different. And especially with how well written the Bloodline story has been through and through since day one, it's like you almost want something a bit more pizzazz, I guess. Something more creative.
I guess. But I think a few things that factored into me being like, oh God, why with the finish was, bro, how you going to show Cody Rhodes giving his belt with every promotion he's ever worked for written in the back of it to Brody Lee's kid?
Yeah.
How you going to show -1 on camera, no mask? You're going to hug your own fucking kid. You're going to hug and kiss your wife at ringside. But you're going to go in and put on probably one of the greatest matches in your run in this company. Roman's best match in a very long time, be honest with you. And that's proof with, who, like, and this goes with him and with Brock. If you put him and Brock Lesnar in the ring with people that can fucking work, You get wonderful matches.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Rhodes has never been more over in his career. Cody Rhodes has never been as white hot as he's been at this point. My worry is that has been deflated because there is a huge parallel to John Cena's fucking run from...
I saw the posts about it.
Dude, they are doing Cody so fucking dirty right now, and I feel like this is Vince being like, nah, motherfucker. I feel like it's partly him. Even though they had this planned out months in advance, I really feel like Vince was like, nah, fam, we can't do this yet.
I'm thinking it'll happen at WrestleMania 40.
Which is weird if it does, but I get it.
Hear me out.
Well, let's get to the finish of this real fast.
Okay.
Cody has him beat dead to rights. He's going to hit him with the crossroads 3 times. He's in the middle of his picking him up for his third one. Then he gets backed in the corner. Heyman jumps to the apron. Solo Sikoa, who had been banned from ringside, like I think maybe 5-10 minutes into the match, comes out and gives the Samoan spike to Cody in the throat. And then Reigns hits a super spear and pins him. When I tell you the collective breath came out of everybody in the arena when that happened.
Dude, I was with my girl in the living room, and we both just went, what the fuck?
I threw my remote control
and then
into the couch. I didn't break it. I threw it into the couch.
My phone erupted.
Same.
Like, the group chat that I'm in, like, bruh, everybody was like, what the fuck? It's... Time just stopped. I don't know. Like, it slowed down.
It really did, man. Like, it was like I couldn't believe that I was watching this man on his back staring at the fucking roof of the SoFi Stadium with Roman Reigns' fucking music playing and his stupid sleep paralysis demon. Ooh, fucking graphic in the fucking... What the hell, dude?
I don't know, but here's what I think is happening. They're going to do it at 40 because think about it. Every 5 years, they do something a little extra special.
Right. And this is going into what you're trying to say earlier, too, about Lesnar.
Yes.
Because the next night on Raw, they were doing like a Solo and Roman versus Cody and Brock in a tag match. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be fucking amazing. Bro, Brock Lesnar just wound up destroying Cody Rhodes for like 10 solid minutes on the air. Like, fuck.
So, obviously, Cody is going to look stronger having beaten Brock, as everybody does.
I guess it's kind of like that rite of passage where it's like, you can't beat Roman. You got to beat Lesnar first. It's almost like Lesnar has become like, you remember how they used to put people in the ring with Bradshaw?
Yep.
Or Cena? Or Randy? And they're like, if you can hang with any of these guys, hell, Hardcore Holly was that guy at one point.
Yeah.
If you can hang with any of these guys, you can sure fucking do it.
Here's the thing, okay? Here's another reason why I'm saying WrestleMania 40 instead of SummerSlam or something like that. Think of it like a Rocky. He loses the first one, but then wins it at the second one. By then, Roman's at what? 1,200 and... No, 1,300 maybe?
You talking about next year?
Yeah, 1330 or some bullshit.
Yeah, roughly. He's either right at or crossed over the 1,300 mark.
Probably give or take like 1,330 is what I'm guesstimating.
Here's my problem. Who does he wrestle until then? Who do you put him with at SummerSlam? Who do you put him with at Survivor Series and next year's Rumble? That's what I'm thinking. Like, who are his next 3 guys going to be?
Brock.
I'm tired of that shit.
Listen.
He can't do it, though. Remember, he had that in his contract. As long as Roman's champion, he can't fucking wrestle.
I thought you were asking about Cody.
No.
I was about to be like, sir, Brock, Solo, either one of the Usos. Like,
I ain't even talking about him. I'm talking about who the fuck do you...
I was like, that's an easy one. What?
No. Who do you give the Roman, dude? Cody's going to wrestle every pay-per-view. He's going to wrestle every fucking pay-per-view, dude. He's got people to wrestle. Who are you going to give the fucking Roman? Certainly not The Rock.
No, it's a pipe dream, but Randy's
not even close to being okay enough to come back.
That's why I said it's a pipe dream, but it's my first thought. Get better soon, man.
Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle.
I mean, even though we've seen it, like, Bloodline put him out of action or whatever the fuck, supposedly on paper.
Story there.
It's not much of one, but a lot of people have been talking about Jey Uso again.
That'd be great.
They've been talking about, like, if the bloodline fractures, it's got to unravel. It's already starting because they lost the titles. Because on Raw, he didn't even want them there. He had Paul Heyman deter them from his dressing room.
What if it's not Jay? What if it's Solo? It's in his fucking name. Solo.
I get it, but
I would love to see him just be himself.
I don't know, dude. I
don't think it'll happen, but I would love to see it.
Okay, so for me, and this isn't even who I want, I'm just looking at who we had on our card. I feel like they're going to feed him Edge one more time.
Yes.
I feel like they're probably going to try to feed him Seth Rollins one more time.
Mm-hmm. Please make it a clean victory, too.
I know, right? And call me crazy, Gunther. I feel like Gunther gets a title shot at some fucking point in between now and next year's Mania. There's no way he doesn't. He even holds the fucking Intercontinental title while he does it.
Okay. And if it is at SummerSlam, then that makes it even cooler. If they can book this right, yeah, they can make that happen.
I fucking hope. Cody has a lot of fucking options to work with between now and then. You know his feud with Brock is going to be a little long-term, though. There's no way they're just like, oh, let's build it for one pay-per-view and be done with it. No,
Cody likes that long-term shit.
Yes, he does. I heard this, like, by the way, the pay-per-view's done with, and, like, I feel like the finish, being planned as it was, I honestly, looking back on it, I was pissed off at the moment, and I'm trying to think, like, long-term in terms of, like,
right.
Okay, give Roman more time with the belt, give Cody some more, like, sympathy, like, heat going in or whatever. I guarantee you Cody Rhodes was just like, my father would have booked it this way probably too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people kind of shit on Dusty Rhodes for being like the booker that he was, but Dusty Rhodes knew and was a master at the babyface booking.
Mm-hmm.
He was so good at it. He was one of the best baby faces in professional wrestling history.
Yes.
He was believable. He was believable when he had sympathy, like, given his way, especially when his feud with the Horsemen and Flair and shit. Cody Rhodes is so gifted at getting that sympathy when he's over as a babyface. Like, it's easy to hate him. It's easy to pull a John Cena and just boo this guy. But let's be honest, we want to see him do this because he kind of painted himself into a corner in AEW with that stipulation he put on himself against fucking Jericho.
To me, AEW, Cody, was not the problem. It was Cody trying to be more than a wrestler, which is whenever it came off pretentious, pandering, and...
He's also said he didn't want to be a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't blame the guy. I mean...
Right, and at no point did I... or that I recall, I might have been pissed off a time or two. Maybe I did shit on him, but I don't remember meaning to shit on him. It's just like, I don't understand what it is you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's why I got sick of him in AEW for a while. Because I will be honest, there was a point where I was like, man, I don't fucking want him on my TV right now. Like, I don't want him. If he's not competing for the championship and is going to be a top guy in the company, why is he here?
Mm-hmm.
That's and I think that's what he meant also by being a gatekeeping wrestler. It's like, why are you here? If you're gonna like have like a 3-time run with the TNT belt, cool. Why would you not give yourself the opportunity to at least hold the championship there and put somebody else over on your way out? That was my biggest complaint.
My complaint was how he went out in general, where for one,
wasn't his last match with Sammy in that ladder match?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
But also just he had to get that victory over Malachi in the end. It'd be different if he beat him the second time and then Malachi came in at the third. But it's like, no, you won the feud. I didn't agree with that. I don't agree with how he refused to turn heel, even though he was dropping so many Easter eggs and breadcrumbs and all that other stuff, you know. And I cannot stand how his wife felt the need to, you know, just fucking heel it up to the Chicago crowd.
Oh, fuck.
On her very last night there.
Yeah. Now I remember.
Because at that point, I'm like, you're not healing it up. You're being a bitch.
Yeah.
Because that was you
going into business for yourself, as the industry term is. But yeah, dude, aside from all that, to be very honest, I think
we just went on a tangent.
Yeah,
we like Cody. We do like Cody, guys.
Yeah, for sure. And like that's the main point of this entire piece of the conversation is that like WWE has had a very shit habit of dropping the ball or not striking while the iron is hot on somebody. They very rarely ever just pull the trigger when somebody is this fucking over. They always have to like trip them up and give them like a fucking test. They did the same shit to fucking Bryan Danielson.
Yep. That's the first thought I had in mind. Now, my concern is, will Cody get the Bryan treatment once he gets the belt and they're like, well, now what?
I don't think so. He was the number one merch seller over the fucking entire WrestleMania weekend, dude. He is becoming, a lot of people don't want to agree with this. He's becoming what John Cena was. He's becoming the dude that can carry the flag for this company.
Oh, so was Bryan.
Bryan, unfortunately, did, and I know this is a Vinceism, Bryan didn't have the height or the look.
Okay.
Bryan had the talent and he was over. He didn't have the height or the look. Well, Cody Rhodes is 6'1". He basically wears the American flag to the fucking ring. He's mega over with the fans and he's blonde. Vince is sitting there. He's like, well, goddamn, pal, I got Cena and Hogan in one guy, but he's a Rhodes. You know?
I get it, but also I'm just talking from a booking standpoint.
Sure.
It's like they never gave Bryan the full run.
They couldn't. I mean, when they were going to give him the full run, he got fucking concussed.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying like right out of the gate with fucking Kane and everything.
I know.
Like, that's what I'm referring to is like, that was pre-concussion. That was just bad booking.
I know. They squandered the whole Yes movement and all the other shit. But aside from all that shit, dude, like fucking Cody Rhodes deserves a run with this championship. And I just hope he's as over next year as he was this year, because that's the big issue right now that a lot of people are having. Is like, okay, does he lose his heat from this? Like, does he lose his popularity from this? Are people going to stick with him? A lot of people are tuning out of WWE because of this. And then also with the news of McMahon taking over with the whole UFC WWE Endeavor merger that happened. It's strange times right now, dude. And especially with the Raw after Mania, it's gonna be a while before I think people trust that the right booking is happening. This might be the right booking for right now, but if they do this again and fucking make him lose, dude, oh my God, you can only like fuck your fans over so many times. I mean, there's always a constant influx of people, but you can only fuck your fans over so many times before, like, because I stopped watching for a long time. Yeah, I would keep up on the dirt sheets, but that's it. I stopped physically watching for a long time. I keep up with WWE on dirt sheets whenever I happen to catch Raw, but I mostly watch all the pay-per-views because I can just get the recaps with what's going on.
Right, yeah.
Like, I can read what's happening, but I can visually see, okay, this is how they did it, this is how they did it, and then the pay-per-views are fun to watch, and then that's that.
Right.
Whereas with AEW, I catch every fucking show and I catch every fucking pay-per-view, and it's like, all right, man, like, when are you guys going to captivate me like this again? And you have the cheaper of the two options, if I'm being clear.
Right.
You pay $10 a month and you get all the pay-per-views in the network. Fucking hell of a deal. AEW doesn't have streaming. I watch cable and pay the full pay-per-view price for their shit, although they only have pay-per-views like once in a while. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's WrestleMania 39. This is on par, if not a little better than last year's for me.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. There were a few questionable decisions along the way.
Yeah, but I feel like overall it was one of the best WrestleManias in at least the last 10 years.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media. We're mostly active at SuperMediaBros _ on Twitter. Our Facebook's like a graveyard, and you can always come check out our stupid pictures at Instagram.com/SuperMediaBros podcast. Buy a t-shirt. We may not even have the Brother Mania shirt up much longer, so that's kind of a limited run. You have until the summer ends to buy one of these motherfuckers. I know it's already like it's not even May, but we're gonna leave it up through August. So act now. Get the red and yellow brother. And you can just still buy the other shit. I mean, you know. Leave us a rating and review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, and GoodPods. And yeah, just fucking come hang out with us next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about some classic fucking shit from your childhood for the rest of the month. And then hopefully in May we can start talking about some of the movies that are coming out of theaters and some music that's been dropping and all this other stuff, because I've got some music to talk about at some point. So
fuck yeah,
and I know you do too. So
yes sir.
Like we did say we were gonna get back into some music. We promise it is coming, guys. Trust us. So, but anyway, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. We got shit to do. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. That was WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, episode 270. Until next week, I'm Richie.
No, I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.